Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Audio Mind Lab channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. Today we are going on a trip. Well, not literally, but we are going to talk about staying at a hotel.
This is a very useful topic. Everyone needs to stay in a hotel sometimes. We will talk about checking in, ordering food, and what to do if you have a problem.
Before we begin, wear your earphones. Do not read subtitles. Just relax and listen to the conversation.
So, Mark, imagine you have just arrived at a hotel. You are tired, you have heavy bags. What is the first thing you do?
I go to the front desk. That is the big counter in the lobby. I usually say, "Hello, I have a reservation."
Reservation. That is an important word. It means you booked the room before you arrived. Do they ask you for anything?
Yes, they always ask for two things. My ID, usually my passport, and my credit card.
Even if you already paid?
Yes, even if I paid online. They need the credit card for a deposit. That is money they hold just in case I break something or eat all the chocolate in the minibar.
The minibar is dangerous. It is always so expensive. So let's practice a short role play for our listeners. I will be the receptionist. You are the guest. Ready?
Ready.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How can I help you?
Hello. I have a reservation under the name Mark Johnson.
Let me check. Yes, Mr. Johnson. A single room for 3 nights. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Great. Could I please have your passport and a credit card?
Here you go.
Thank you. Okay, you are all set. Here's your key card. You are in room 305. It is on the 3rd floor. The elevator is to your left.
See, it is a very simple conversation. But Sarah, what if I want a specific type of room?
That's a good question. You can ask for preferences. For example, do you have a room with a view? Or is there a quiet room away from the elevator?
Oh, I always ask for a quiet room. I am a light sleeper. If I'm near the elevator, I hear ding, ding, ding all night long.
So you have your key card. In the old days, we had metal keys. Now it's just a piece of plastic. You tap it on the door and beep, it opens.
Hopefully. Sometimes the magnetic strip doesn't work and you have to go all the way back down to the lobby. That is annoying.
Let's describe a standard hotel room. What do you look for when you first walk in?
The first thing I check is the bed. I want to see if it feels soft. Then I check the bathroom. I want to make sure there are clean towels and soap.
Towels and soap, very essential items. I also check for the Wi-Fi password. Usually it's written on a small card on the desk.
Or sometimes you have to turn on the TV to see the password. That is always confusing.
Let's talk about amenities. Amenities are the extra things the hotel gives you, like a hairdryer, an iron for your clothes, or a safe box.
I use the safe box for my passport. It makes me feel secure. But Sarah, what happens if something is wrong with the room?
This is important for beginners. You need to know how to complain politely. You don't have to be angry, but you need to solve the problem.
For example, what if the air conditioning is broken? That happened to me last summer. It was so hot.
You would call the front desk and say, "Hello, this is room 305. I have a problem with the air conditioning. It is not working."
Simple and direct. What if the room is dirty?
You could say, "Excuse me, my room has not been cleaned. Could you please send housekeeping?"
Housekeeping. That is the word for the cleaners. Listeners, remember that word. If you need extra towels, you call housekeeping. If you need shampoo, you call housekeeping.
Okay, Mark, you are in your room, you are comfortable, now you are hungry. What do you do?
Well, if I am very lazy or very tired, I order room service.
Room service is a luxury. You pick up the phone, look at the menu on the table, and someone brings a burger to your door.
It feels like being a king. Please bring me a club sandwich, but it is usually very expensive, so I prefer to go down to the hotel restaurant.
Let's talk about the most important meal at a hotel, breakfast.
Oh, I love a hotel breakfast buffet, where all the food is laid out on tables and you can take whatever you want.
Me too, but you have to listen carefully at check-in. The receptionist will usually tell you the hours. They might say, breakfast is served from 6:30 to 10.
And if you arrive at 10:05, it is a tragedy. The eggs are gone, the coffee is cold.
So, listeners, always check the time. Now, besides food, what other services do hotels have?
Many hotels have a gym or a fitness center. I always pack my running shoes, but honestly, I rarely use them. I usually just look at the gym and say, nice gym, and then go to the pool.
The pool is great for relaxing, but you need to ask about towels. Do you bring the towel from your room, or are there towels at the pool?
That's a good question to ask the concierge.
The concierge, that is a difficult French word. Can you explain what a concierge is?
The concierge is a staff member who helps you with things outside the room. They help you book tickets, find a taxi, or recommend a restaurant.
Let's practice a conversation with the concierge. This is very useful if you are a tourist in a new city.
Okay, I will be the guest again. I want to find a good place to eat dinner.
Go ahead. I'm the concierge.
Excuse me, can you help me?
Certainly, sir. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a good local restaurant. I don't want fast food. I want something traditional.
I understand. There's a wonderful place called the Blue Spoon. It's very popular with locals. It's about 10 minutes away.
That sounds perfect. Do I need a reservation?
Yes, it gets very busy. Shall I call them and book a table for you?
Yes, please, for 2 people at 7 p.m.
I will do that right now. Also, do you need a map?
No, I have Google Maps on my phone, but thank you.
That was perfect, Mark. Asking for recommendations is the best way to find hidden gems in a city.
And the concierge can also help with transport, if you need a taxi to the airport or if you want to know which bus to take.
Yes, you might ask, how much is a taxi to the airport? Or is there a shuttle bus? A shuttle bus is a free bus that the hotel provides.
Sadly, all vacations must end. We have to talk about checking out.
Checking out usually happens in the morning around 11 a.m. You pack your bags, check under the bed for lost socks, and go back to the front desk.
And this is the moment of truth, the bill.
Yes, the receptionist will say, "Are you checking out?" Then they will ask, "Did you use the minibar?"
And you have to be honest. Yes, I ate 1 chocolate bar.
They'll print a receipt. A receipt is the paper that shows everything you have to pay for. It lists the room charge, the taxes, and any room service.
It's important to read the receipt. Sometimes there are mistakes. Maybe they charged you for breakfast, but your booking said breakfast was free.
If you see a mistake, you can say politely, "Excuse me, I think there is an error. I did not order this movie."
And once everything is correct, you pay. I will pay with credit card, or I will pay with cash.
Then you hand back the key card, and usually the staff will say, "We hope you enjoyed your stay."
And I say, yes, it was wonderful. Thank you.
One last tip for beginners, luggage storage. Imagine your flight is at night, but you have to check out at 11 a.m. What do you do with your heavy bags?
You can ask, can I leave my bags here for a few hours? Most hotels have a locked room where they keep your bags for free. It allows you to enjoy your last day without carrying a suitcase.
Wait, Mark, before we leave the hotel completely, there is one very common situation we forgot. What happens if your flight isn't until 8 p.m., but you have to leave the room by 11 a.m.?
Ugh, I hate that gap. You just wander around the city with your backpack looking tired, but you can ask for a late checkout.
Exactly. This is a great phrase for beginners. You can call the reception in the morning and say, "Hello, would it be possible to have a late checkout?"
And what do they usually say?
It depends on how busy they are. If the hotel is full, they might say no, but if they have space, they might say yes, you can stay until 1 p.m. for free.
Or sometimes they charge you. I was in London once and they said you can stay until 4 p.m., but it will cost £50.
That is called a half-day rate. It's useful to know. Sometimes paying that extra money is worth it just to have a shower before a long flight.
Definitely. I paid it. I took a nap and it was the best money I ever spent. Speaking of looking good for a meeting, let's talk about clothes. When I pack a suitcase, my shirts always get wrinkled. They look like I slept in them.
The suitcase wrinkle. It happens to everyone. Most hotel rooms have an iron and an ironing board in the closet.
But sometimes they don't, or sometimes I am just too lazy to iron. What can I do then?
You can use the hotel laundry service. There is usually a plastic bag in the closet and a paper form. You put your dirty clothes in the bag, fill out the form, and leave it on the bed.
But be careful, listeners. Hotel laundry is notoriously expensive. I once sent a pair of socks to be washed and it cost me $5.
$5 for socks? That is robbery.
I know. So now I usually just wash my socks in the bathroom sink. It is the budget traveler way.
That is a good tip. Sink washing. Just don't use the expensive hotel shampoo for your socks. Use regular soap. Okay, Mark, imagine this. You have checked out. You are in the taxi on the way to the airport. Suddenly, you touch your pocket and your phone charger is gone.
Oh no, I do this all the time. Or I leave my adapters plugged into the wall. The universal adapter is the most lost item in human history.
So what do? You are already in the taxi.
You have to call the hotel immediately. Hello, I just checked out of room 305. I think I left my charger in the wall socket.
And the hotel will check with housekeeping. If they find it, they put it in lost and found.
If you are still close, you can turn the taxi around. But if you are already back home in another country, it is complicated.
You can ask them to mail it to you. You would say, could you please ship it to my address? I will pay for the shipping cost.
Honestly, for a charger, the shipping costs more than buying a new one. But if you left something valuable, like a watch or a wedding ring, you definitely need to know how to make that call.
True. I once left a jacket in a hotel in Paris. They were very kind and mailed it back to me. It took 3 weeks, but I got it back.
So you are home. The trip is over. You have unpacked your bag. Then you get an email from the hotel. How was your stay?
Reviews are so important these days. Do you write them?
I do, especially if the staff was nice. If the concierge helped me find that great restaurant, I want to mention his name. It helps them get a bonus sometimes.
That is very kind. Writing a review in English is also great writing practice for our learners.
What would you write?
I would keep it simple. The room was clean and quiet. The staff was helpful. The location was perfect.
Or the opposite. The elevator was broken, the room was noisy, the breakfast was cold.
Hopefully you don't have to write that one, but it is good vocabulary to know. Noisy, broken, unhelpful.
But let's stay positive. Most of the time, hotels are a fun part of the travel experience. I love the tiny bottles of shampoo. I always take them home.
Mark, you are a thief.
No, the tiny bottles are free. That is the rule.
Okay, I admit it. I take the slippers. They are so comfortable. We have joked about shampoo and snacks, Mark, but we should talk about something a little more serious. Safety. When you first get into your hotel room, do you check the door?
Always. I lock it immediately. Most hotel doors have a deadbolt. That's the extra lock you turn by hand, and sometimes a security chain. I use both.
That is smart. It prevents the housekeeping staff from walking in while you are, well, not dressed.
Exactly. But what about fire safety? I admit I usually ignore the map on the back of the door.
Oh, you shouldn't. That map shows the emergency exit. In English, we call it the fire escape. You need to know where the stairs are because you cannot use the elevator during a fire.
That is true. Do not use elevator in case of fire. I see that sign everywhere.
Now, imagine you get sick at the hotel. Maybe you ate some bad seafood or you have a terrible headache. What do?
I would call the front desk. I would ask, is there a pharmacy nearby?
Pharmacy, good word. In some countries, they call it a chemist or drugstore. And if it's very serious, you can ask, do you have a doctor on call?
On call means a doctor who can come to the hotel to see you. It's expensive, but if you're really sick, it's worth it.
Also, keep the hotel's business card in your pocket when you go out.
Why?
Because if you get lost in the city and the taxi driver doesn't speak English, you can just show him the card with the hotel's address. It's a simple safety trick.
That is a pro tip, Sarah. I actually take a photo of the address on my phone just in case I lose the card.
Now, Mark, there is one topic that makes every traveler nervous: tipping.
Oh, the tip. The extra money you give to staff. It's so confusing because every country has different rules.
Exactly. In the US, you have to tip everyone. In Japan, you tip no one. But let's talk about the bellboy. That's the person who carries your bags to your room.
If the bellboy carries your heavy suitcase all the way to room 305, you should give him a tip. Usually $1 to $2 per bag is standard.
I always feel awkward doing it. I fumble with my wallet, looking for small cash. Listeners, always keep small bills in your pocket.
What about housekeeping, the cleaners?
I used to think you didn't have to tip them, but recently I learned that it's polite to leave a few dollars on the pillow or the desk when you leave.
Yes, you can put it in an envelope or write a small note saying thank you. It's hard work cleaning rooms all day. And finally, the do not disturb sign, the little card you hang on the door handle.
I love that sign. It is my best friend.
Why?
Because sometimes I just want to sleep until noon. If you hang that sign, the cleaners will not knock on your door. They will respect your privacy.
But be careful. If you leave it on all day, you won't get fresh towels.
True, you have to remember to take it off if you want your bed made. It's a delicate balance.
One last scenario before we finish. Sometimes, even on vacation, we have to do a little bit of work.
Sadly, yes. Most hotels have a business center. Usually it's a small room in the lobby with a few computers and a printer.
I use it to print my boarding pass. I'm old-fashioned. I like to have the paper ticket, not just the one on my phone.
So you might ask the receptionist, is the use of the printer free?
Sometimes they charge you per page, 10 cents per sheet. Can you believe that?
Hotels love to charge for small things, but the business center is also good if your phone dies and you need to check your email urgently.
Just remember to log out. Never leave your email open on a public computer.
That brings us back to safety. Mark, you are becoming a safety expert.
Wow, we have really covered everything now, from the reservation to the doctor to the tipping and finally printing your ticket to go home.
I feel like I've lived in this imaginary hotel for an hour.
Me too. I'm ready to go home now.
Before we end, let's do a quick lightning round review. I will say a word, you tell me what it means. Ready?
Ready. Bellboy.
The person who carries your luggage.
Do not disturb.
The sign that tells staff to stay away so you can sleep.
Deposit.
The money the hotel holds in case you break something.
Perfect. You passed the test.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you to our listeners on Audio Mind Lab. Staying in a hotel should be relaxing, not stressful. We hope these phrases help you feel calm on your next trip.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, have you ever lost something at a hotel?
See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.